Hey everybody, Irliana Samsara here, starsoundastrology.com. So I was very inspired to share. I've been really feeling into the solar eclipse in Aquarius that just happened last month. Um, it's just been it's given me a lot of pause for reflection, certainly because of the tragedy that happened with the Parkland shooting at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida. Um, and I thought about the day that that happened because it was the day of the solar eclipse. And the moon, the solar eclipse was at 27 degrees of Aquarius. Well, if you look at the chart of the United States, we have the moon in Aquarius at 27 degrees. And so that is what gives us such a diverse society, and it's the ones who bring about paradigm shifts and all the things associated with Uranus energy and Aquarian energy, which is philanthropy, humanity, humanitarian causes, standing up, being the revolutionaries. You know, we revolted against the British. We stood up for truth and a higher paradigm of living. And so it was interesting that this happened exactly there. But what I really find fascinating is the fact that this is not just another shooting where it's gonna fade from the headlines. It really isn't going to be like that. These children, the youth that are behind this are really incredible, and you're going to see that they are going to deliver on their promise that it is time's up in terms of this gun violence and the whole culture of violence in our country. So it's already starting, and it's going to make even more change as time goes on. One thing that just kind of jumped out at me when I was looking at the chart was I looked at the progressed chart. So what that means is where we have evolved as a country from the time we started in 1776 to now, and where we have evolved as a consciousness. And so right now what it's showing is that we are breaking up very old dysfunctional patterns about especially with women, and not feeling good enough and being, trampled upon and taken advantage of in the marketplace. But I want to just veer the conversation back to the children from the school shooting, because that whole thing with women is a whole other video. But the thing with the children is that it's making an interesting aspect and it's pointing to a healing. It's like people have often felt, in our society, and for hundreds of years, there was that old saying, children should be seen and not heard, and obviously that's just a bunch of BS. But in the chart of the US government, you see how we are finally, now that this has happened, we are in a phase of our development and our evolution as a government, as a society, that we are no longer participating in these old victimized victim-martyr consciousness that is being wiped clean from we've evolved away from that, and we are embracing the powerful mystical sides of ourselves, especially the youth, because we have Mars and Gemini as a country. And so that is saying Mars is the action planet, and Gemini is Mercury energy. That's youth. So the youth were always undervalued, kind of like, oh, they're just kids, and you hear that. You've heard that a lot in the news. Oh, they're just kids, what do they know? Well, let me tell you, they know. And with this timing in our history of the world, with it transiting Neptune conjunct that the progressed Neptune is lined up with the natal Neptune of the US chart, where, in other words, where we have evolved to, that is really huge. We are not participating in disempowered youth anymore, or rebel without a cause like the James Dean movie. That era is done forever in American history, and we are now looking, and we can count on the children, and they are going to come up with some outrageous things. and you're going to see this is a consciousness shift. And whether you're 15 years old or 75 years old or 100 years old or whatever age you are, it doesn't matter. If you're not a youth and you're an adult, this is the timing. This is like the wheat from the chaff. You're either in that youth consciousness or you're not. And as you know, Bob Dylan said, the times they are changing. This is it. This is a time when all of that is washed clean, and now we get to stand with the children and make real change, and we are all in that unity consciousness. So I just wanted to share that with you. Many more things to share, but that really called out to me. So it called to my heart, and I just wanted to share that. So thank you all for listening, and we will speak with you very soon. Namaste. Namaste.